Hey, my name is Misbehaving, and the name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And contrary to popular belief, celebrities are real people too. Tonight we're going to talk about the devil in red, and that devil is Melody Shari Rodgers, formerly known as Melody Shari Holt. Melody is very conniving, manipulative, and she uses people for her benefit. She likes to throw a rock and hide her hand, as they say. And she's an abusive woman. You know, women aren't the only ones that are abused. Men are physically abused as well. And in addition to physical abuse, they can be emotionally and psychologically abused. And I believe that's what's happening with Martell Hope. You see, Melody is using this platform, and the platform is Love and Marriage Huntsville, to emotionally and psychologically abuse him. She's manipulative, she's distorting the truth, playing helpless, harassing, stalking, exploiting, assassinating his character, alienation of his children's affection, and making false accusations of abuse when there are millions of women each year that are truly victims of abuse. Melody has chosen to use the judicial system and law enforcement as toys on her game board of chess. She has said countless times, chess, not checkers. And boy, she sat and she planned and she thought this out. Out of her own mouth, Melly states this: coming here tonight was tough for me, as she addressed the millimeters while talking to Carlos King last night during her interview. It's a lot whenever you are sharing the spotlight, so to speak, with someone who's able to use that spotlight to constantly torment you. And you know, I've never seen nothing. I've had plenty of uncles, and I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. And knowing that at times, because I'm on a show and a shared platform sometimes, Carlos, I felt like, when y'all gonna step in? And Carlos King, that was an excellent question. When are y'all gonna step in? Because the things that Melody is accusing Mark Tail of doing, she's doing it. She has talked about that man's uh, sexual prowess or lack thereof by humiliating him and stating that she's never had an orgasm. She's had 4 kids by him. She stated on a national platform that she wished she never had her kids by him. She stated on a national platform that he's a squatter and homeless and he's moved 5 times. She stated on a national platform that he doesn't have any money. She stated on a national platform that she's had to pay the light bills at his home in order for her kids to go over to his house. She stated on a national platform more recently that he didn't have any food. She's made several comments that are humiliating and demeaning to Martell. And those are all forms of psychological and emotional abuse. There are many people, and I can't speak for how a man feel, but I can speak from a woman's perspective of being someone that was the victim of abuse. When you've been truly abused, you're not trying to do anything to antagonize that person that you know that you know is not going to may have a temper, or may place you in harm's way or your children. You don't know the story. My home with my children for me and one we could leave. I left my job, I left my family, and I hid. I hid for years. So I recognize when there's danger, and I don't play. I don't play with men when it comes to that. I don't play with anybody. I will fight to protect my life and protect my children. But when I recognize when I'm in the midst of danger, I don't stick around and play those games. I don't stick around to say I'm the winner and I have the upper hand. I'm just not going to do it. I don't do it in my personal life, and I don't do it in my professional life. I don't stay in any environment that's unhealthy and uncomfortable for me, because what I value most is life and my peace of mind. Carlos King, you have created a monster in this woman right here. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she knows she's using the fans, her fans, the millimeters, as a weapon. And she'll release them on anyone she see fits if seems to think that they have somehow crossed her. She wants you to speak up and others to speak up on her behalf to protect her, but she didn't speak up when her millimeters were attacking Stormy Steele's business, Kevin's Girl Beauty, a company that's worth millions, a company that Stormy started out of her own home. She didn't speak up then. She didn't speak up when people were harassing and stalking Destiny and her young son when she was going through a trying and traumatic event with her ex husband, LeBerick Williams. Melody didn't speak up then. She didn't ask for you, Carlos, to speak up then. Nobody spoke up when people were going trying to find supposed arrest records of Marsall Scott, Tisha Scott, lawsuits that are being held against them or they're involved in with other companies that the millimeters dug up and spread across social media. And Melody was aware of that. She never spoke up. She never said, hey, you're tarnishing the show. Hey, we're all business people. She never did that. She wants everybody to speak up for her to protect her, but in the meanwhile, is orchestrating and promoting that the millimeters attack and damage and destroy everyone else around her. Carlos King, you have created a monster. And just like she said, she told you to sit back and pray and let God and watch how God moves. Well, He is showing you. And she said you'll have a decision to make. And that decision may quite possibly be to get rid of her and Martell Holt. But let's go back to that last name Holt. I've said it several times, I've made several posts. Melody is picking at Martell. And one way, an example that she's doing that, she made it a point of changing her name back to Rodgers. That's not the sticking point. The sticking point is she's proud to go back to her maiden name of Rodgers, and she wants everyone to address her as Melody Shari Rodgers. Well, why does she keep using the Instagram page name Melody S. Holt? That's to stick it to Martell. I wouldn't even want anybody's last name if I'm so deathly afraid of them. I wouldn't want any man's last name if he's the scum of the earth. I wouldn't want any man's last name if I wish I had never had any kids by him because he just causes me so much confusion and turmoil in my life. I wouldn't want that, but she does want it because she know it bothers Martell for her to be up on Instagram with the last name Hope. Melody has more than enough fans and a large fan base and a dedicated fan base. They'll follow her anywhere. Any product that she dropped, they purchase. Anybody that she's affiliated with that she'll promote their product, the millimeters will purchase it. That's lovely. That's admirable. She does not need to keep the Instagram page Melody as Hope because, as she stated, she's a Roger. There's class and honor in the last name Rodgers. So stick with that, my beloved. Get rid of the Instagram page Melody as Hope. Because as long as you continue to use that page, baby, your name is Melody Hope. But then again, that name is traumatic for you, is it not? Or at least that's what you say. Now back to this part. She uses her children when convenient. And I never like to talk about anyone's children, but I want to go back to this warrant with Martell Holt. She says, I'll be honest with y'all. My attorney said to me, hey, listen, you know his address. All we got to do is get a PI to make the call and tell him when he's home and go pick him up. Melody says, she said, me being me, I said I believe in divine timing. I'm not doing all of that. So I sat around all these months wondering. I know it's out there, though, but they flying and stuff. I don't know, but it's out there. And lo and behold, Carlos, after talking to you about prayer and letting God show you, and it wasn't me. I didn't make no call. You know, you have a warrant and you go to certain places trying to get certain things, it pops up. I say that to say this. She feigned as if she was so concerned about her children, she was wondering about their safety, that even Carlos had to chime in. Carlos said, and not to cut you off, she's telling the truth. I called her to check in on her and she was frazzled. And she said, Carlos, thank you for calling and checking on me. But I'm worried about my kids. I need to find my kids. Well, if Melody was worried about her kids, she would have followed her attorney's advice and called that PI when she got that warrant signed by the magistrate back in August or September of 2023 and had him arrested then when she knew her children were not under the care of Martell Holt. No, she purposely waited because she knew eventually them kids would be in his care when he would get arrested. Melody Holt, it is my firm belief, and I don't care what anybody else has to say, it is my firm belief and my impression that her entire goal is to be able to get sole custody of those four children so she can move out of Huntsville, Alabama, and she does not have to co-parent with Martell, but she going about it sneaky and doing dirty things to do it. Baby, you can't act like you are proud of God when you're operating as a spawn of Satan. My name is Misbehaving, and the name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And contrary to popular belief, celebrities are real people too. Hit that like button, hit the dislike button if you don't like what you heard. Share the video and consider subscribing. Because I'm going to keep it real, baby. We all have bills to pay. We all have family drama. We don't have no time to be trying to stress about somebody else or stress them out or worried about what they doing when we got our own kids and our family to tend to. But if I do see something ain't right, I'ma speak on it. Cause hey, men can be victims too. Now, I don't like that I gotta come out here caping for a man, but I'm gonna cape for one when I see he's being kicked around and stomped on, and folks are afraid to speak up on his behalf. Well, hell, where are all the men groups at? Where are all these father rights groups at? Where you know you got these bitter ass women out here trying to take the kids and tarnish the relationship between a father and his children. Hell, I don't like my son's father too much. Hell, he probably don't like me, but one thing we do, we're respectful to one another and we get along for the benefit of our son because our son is what's most important. Hell, I'm an Aries and I can be hella petty. I can be loving and sweet, but baby, when it comes to the son, I will cut up. But I don't want to see nothing happen to my son's father because my son loves his dad just like those children love Martell and they love Melody. Somebody got to be the bigger person and let it go. But Carlos, if your goal is to kick Martell off Love and Marriage Huntsville, I suggest you kick Melody Holt off too. Melody will be all right because she got her own network. She's modeling, she's singing, she has several business endeavors. Melody will be all right. All right, y'all. Bye bye.